We all know nutrition is a key ingredient to health and longevity, but certain cities across the globe seem to have achieved the perfect recipe. These blue zones are known for having the world's longest living people. And here with 5 recipes inspired by these healthy hotspots is culinary coach Kristen Coffield. It's always so good to have you here.
Hi,
thank you so much.
How are you?
So we're talking about 5 regions kind of all over the globe.
Yes.
And you have some recipes that these people might be eating, and this is the highest number of centenarians living in these blue zones.
Correct. So the blue zones are really interesting because they're places where people just always live longer. And the blue zones have certain things in common. The people eat a largely plant-based diet, of course. They don't have a lot of any genetically modified foods.
Right.
They are not eating artificial ingredients, and they're living very close to the earth. Most of these people, even in their 80s and 90s, are tending animals, tending their gardens, active in their communities.
Yeah.
And those are all really important things for the blue zones.
I read an article that said the places where people forget to die. So they're living on and on and on and living a quality of life.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's start over here. This is oatmeal and berry souffle, an example of what would be in Loma Linda, California.
So this is what we call the American Blue Zone. It's Loma Linda, California. It's where the Adventists live. And they love their oatmeal. So I have made an oatmeal souffle. You can eat eggs in the blue zone. They do enjoy eggs. Okay. Just maybe 3 eggs a week. But this was an interesting way of separating the eggs, whipping the whites, incorporating the oatmeal, incorporating fruits that have antioxidant properties. And in the blue zones, you eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, dinner like a pauper. Largest to smallest. So everybody in the blue zones is enjoying a hearty breakfast.
And that way you're not eating a big dinner and going to sleep and it's all turning to fat.
And they don't snack in the blue zones, which we Americans love to do.
Yes, we do. I will say this tastes more like cake
than
delicious. It does oatmeal. So this is really good.
This is in my sweet spot because the Culinary Cure, which is my website, is all about teaching people how to live younger longer. So I'm fascinated by the blue zones, and I think it's really important for people to remember eating a largely plant-based diet doesn't have to be a sacrifice. This food is delicious.
It sure is.
It's nutritious, and it feeds the eye as well as the palate.
So this is from Greece.
So this is inspired by the blue zones in Greece, which is a place called Ikara.
Okay.
And they eat, again, a largely plant-based diet. They love their greens, they love their herbs, they love their olive oil, they love their lemon juice.
Oh, okay.
And of course, we all know that beets and carrots are highly nutritious. And again, we're talking about eating the rainbow. These colorful fruits and vegetables have so many more antioxidants and phytonutrients. It's just delicious. It's simple, it's beautiful, and who wouldn't love to be offered that?
Okinawa, Japan.
So Okinawa, Japan, the world's longest living women.
Well, let me eat up.
And this is a soba salad that can be made ahead of time. There's kale. And one of the things that they love in Okinawa, one of the things they're known for, they have this particular purple sweet potato. Highly nutritious, more nutritious than the sweet potatoes we get. And we know sweet potatoes are a superfood. You also have kale, you also have mint, you have sesame oil, sesame seeds. So you've got all these things that are good for you. And isn't that just delicious and filling and yum?
Okay, we have 2 more to get to. This is out of Sardinia, Italy. Sprouted lentil croquettes with sauces of arugula and kefir. Now, I've heard good things about the kefir milk.
Well, anytime you're eating a fermented food, it's extra good for you. So what I find interesting about Sardinia is that's where the world's longest living men are.
Okay.
And again, vegetarian, you could certainly swap out the kefir for an almond milk, but these lentil croquettes are so satisfying. I mean, forget the meatballs, make some lentil croquettes.
Yeah, these are
Put some arugula on top. I've got an arugula sauce. It's just delicious and satisfying.
Delicious. I'm always about a good soup.
So I love this. This was so much fun. There's ham hock. You use a little ham hock for flavoring, but that's okay. In the blue zones, they do eat meat. They just eat a little bit of meat. So you make this wonderful broth using the ham hocks. This is from Costa Rica, from the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, which has the overall best blue zone diet. Overall, across the board, they have the healthiest people, largely beans, corn.
Yep. Black-eyed peas I see in here.
Black-eyed peas, little bit of meat, squash, but again, delicious, flavorful. So they do incorporate meat, but just the meat is like a condiment instead of the main course. And as you know, as Americans, very often you'll see people with a huge plate of food, and it's
everything
all
here
meat.
is more concise. Always good to have you. TheCulinaryCure.com, the Blue Zone diet, more like a lifestyle, the Blue Zone lifestyle.
Well, the whole diet, my whole program on the Culinary Cure is about eating to live younger longer.
I'm with it. All right, thank you.